game plan for this round is going to be, I want to do, goal would be to get both fenders in primer, and I have to work on that little doodad, which was a lot of work. We're going to do that one all over again. You've seen that I cleaned the, I tried using the laser on this, but it had a bunch of Bondo, and it took the paint off nice, but it didn't want to have anything to do with the Bondo. So I basically used this stripping disc on there. I don't know what you call it, a stripping disc, a stripping wheel, a drum sander. I know Eastwood makes these. I got this one from Princess Auto. So, whoops. Anyways, I was kind of stripping it down. It's going to need a complete fill because you can see this thing is just banged up like crazy. So, we'll put a little more schmooze on there and try to get this thing all ready. So my goal. So for now, my goal is going to be, I want to smear a bit of mud on there. I'm going to rough it up. I'm probably going to hit it with some 36 just to try to get most of it off, just so we're starting fresh. Going to get some 36 on there, or 36, get some Bondo. While that's setting, I'm going to start setting up the other side, and then I would like to, for this round, like I said, to do all that, and then it would be nice if I can get primer on here, but I don't know. We'll have to see how things go before I get that far ahead of myself. Anyways, I think that's a good enough plan for this round. I guess we're gonna get started. Well, I sanded this all down. We finished welding up all the edges here. Kind of welded that, welded the bottom here. We got that all done. And then I forgot about this little spot that I slit in the back so it fit tight to the box. So that's all sanded. So everything is roughed up, should be good to go. What we're gonna do over the seams, like we got a little bobo there. All of our weld seams, I like to just put fiberglass on it. So I'll kind of do that. The rest of this, like here I will, the rest of it's fine. I've always just tried to go to bare steel if I can, but smear some mud. I remember in the auto body days, we would usually rough up the paint and just kind of, we could smear on top of that, but this is the way I was shown. To try to go down to bare steel if you can, or I tried to. Doesn't always happen. Anyways, yeah. So I don't do anything special. I use the old Everglass. That's going to go on there. Sometimes I add a little bit of resin just to make it a little smoother. And then I might even add it to the Bondo to make it smooth. But I think for the first smear of mud, I'm going to just do it straight Bondo. And we're going to give everything just a pretty skim coat. We're going to do the 6-inch, no, this is a 8-inch orbital with some, I think it's 36 grit is what I'm going to use. I think that's what this is. 36. So that's how we're going to rough it up. Hopefully I can get it done in 2 coats, because I usually like to do 1 coat, go find all the highs and lows, touch them all up, sand it, hit it with 80, and prime. That's usually my goal. It doesn't always work that way, but I like to try. Anyways, I'm going to get started. The sooner I can get some mud on there, the sooner I can start on the other side. well, we got the first coat of mud on. I'm happy with that. It's, it is what it is. I don't mind smearing the stuff on. It's kind of like icing on a cake, right? I don't mind that, and I don't even mind doing the first sanding because I kind of have that big hog out 8-inch orbital, so some 36. It'll cut it nice and quick, and then we'll see where our highs and lows are, and then we will smear one more coat, hopefully, and that would be it. I'll have to do a little bit of finessing around here because like hand sanding, I just don't enjoy whatsoever, but we'll have to do that around the edges here. I'll add more, but I'm going to just give it a first sanding, and then we'll see what it needs, if we can just fill it with high build or what. So anyways, that's that. I guess we'll, as that sit and dries, because I don't mix it very hard, so it takes quite a while to dry, honestly. I don't put a lot of hardener in it. Anyways, on that note, I think I'm going to go to the other side, and I'm going to start sanding, or, oh, actually, I got to sit and grind this stuff up. We're going to have to, I'll dress all of this. Probably by then, that'll be ready to sand. So I'm going to do the first sanding on it, and then see if I feel like doing more, or start doing some metal fab on the other side. We'll see. Well, golly, these things were hard to get off. These Amazon 36 grit. Anyways, we got our first coat on, or on sanded. It's not too bad. You can see wherever we're hitting steel, we don't really want to go much further. So it's kind of where we're at. So we can tell right here we didn't even get sanding, so that's kind of a low spot. There's a low spot right here. A little bit of a weird something here, but we'll just fill this in a little more and it'll just be what it is. We're not going show truck here. Just a nice driver. That's what we're shooting for. A 20-footer right around here. Looks good. I'm pretty good happy with that. So anyways, we can see we got to add pretty much another coat. Nothing crazy. What I'm going to do is kind of come in. I'm going to fill these spots that really need it, that are kind of low. Like in here, there's a little low because you can see the steel. So here, a little bit there. Here, we'll probably have to go into here a little more. Around here is not bad. I'm actually pretty happy with it. Right there, we got to do a little bit, but overall, it's a little rough. But I'm pretty sure the high build will kind of fill in the imperfections. Around here, we got a little weird something happen. I'm gonna have to hammer dolly this because it's definitely got some funky things going on. And then, well, we just gotta work this gap, but I think I'm just gonna wad a little more filler in there and just hate life and do the old finger sand through there. Yeah, overall, not too bad. Kind of played a little real time to see how much that thing hogs through it. Like I say, this thing's nice. It's big. It doesn't, well, it can wobble around, but it's a big area versus a little 6-inch. Because you could do this with an orbital with a little one, but you have to imagine the area you got to work with. This is good in just to finish sanding and whatnot. I don't know. If you've done body work, you know what all this is about. All I do is always like one of those big buggers is well worth the money. Anyways. Let's smear some more because I never did make it to the other side. And, well, we're here as far. Let's just finish this fender, get it ready for final sanding, and then I'll just start working on the other side. It'll just be easier that way. We'll tackle that thing tonight. Imagining Rolly might be by tonight. I don't know, so he might be working on his Essex, but I'm gonna give her and finish up that fender. After we get one more coat, hopefully we get everything, and that fender's done. Well, we're gonna start this side, seeing how I've had my little break. First thing I got to do is try to make this little groove similar to the other side, but we've welded everything in here. So I'm gonna have to cut this weld apart and then try to finesse that same little spear like I started on the other side. And then I had, like the other side, I had this messed up fender that I had made. This is, I don't know which side this was, but this was one of the fenders. So what I got to basically do is, it's got the right little profile. Well, I cut the top off of it. I'm gonna just cut a chunk out of the middle because it's this same roundness. So we're gonna cut a sliver. I think it was like 9 inches or something. That way I can kind of run the stretcher shrinker and we can get it to go around this edge, to which I still have my templates, and they are the same, amazingly, from side to side. So we're gonna cut some more sheet metal like this, and then I like my gappage in here. It's pretty good. Well, yeah, it will be. We'll fix it up a little. There's a little bit of some weirdness here. We'll get rid of that. We're gonna try to make that a consistent gap all the way through and then weld her shut. And then we can proceed to take this fender off and do all the glorious things we've been doing to the other one. All the glories of Bondo. Yay. Not my forte, but hey, it's needed to make the truck kind of semi-presentable, I guess. Well, we're starting to get our shape in. This is looking to the edge of the cab. This is looking right here. A little push prod. We'll have to figure that out. I'm kind of fighting this whole edge on this thing, but kind of made a rough mark. I'm sure I'm going to have to trim away more away of this because we had to do that little doodad like we did on the other side, but you can kind of see roughly. This didn't look right, but I guess it is. Yeah. I don't know. I might be able to get in with the scissors on this side. I can't find my red right-handed ones, so I couldn't cut the other side before. I don't know. A good pair of scissors is always good to have, because it doesn't take much effort and you get a nice cleaner cut. So nice, whereas using the flap wheel on the other side. So that's okay, we'll probably use the grinder around here. Speaking of that. So now, I'm gonna have to trim this stuff some more, but I don't know, I have to look at the other side. It looks like I'm gonna get pretty close. I don't think I gotta do a heck of a lot. I don't know. Let's have a look at the other side. Well, it is pretty short on the other side. Maybe I'll just take a little off of here and it'll just make everything easier for me. Get that out of the way. This will bring it, for me anyways, it'll bring it a little closer to the cab. And I'll still have this. So, if we go here, we're good. This wants to work down here, but I think I gotta raise this thing up a little bit. I might have to start zapping things just to try to make things work better. Yeah. Let's cut some of this out because I think it'll make my life a little bit easier. Negative. Well, we got to get this part lined up, so we'll get a little tack in there somehow. And then we'll violently try to work the rest of the stuff into there. Very nice. I still look very nice. We might be able to. We can do stuff like that. So. I feel some things are a little out of touch here. A little force, we can get it there. By a little, I mean a lot. I need to get rid of some of that. Then we can kind of and grind and do everything we need to do to put some gap in there. I don't know that that's where I want that. It's where it kind of beat into place. Well, let's just tack it and see what happens here. All right. We got to even up this gap now, so that happens with this. Because again, I don't know where my other scissors are. Well, that worked out better than I thought. All right, let's get rid of some of this. Trying to get that little sliver of steel out of there. Right in between. No. We're not quite through it. Cool. There we go. Now we can get that in there, and maybe we can actually tweak that thing a little bit. I'm just not happy with this. This needs to come out somehow. I think it'll be fine once I weld that other brace in there. I think it just is what it is. I gotta stop. It's fine. Remember, we're shooting for 20-footer. If it happens to be better, that's a win. All right. All right, all right, all right. I feel I should make this gap bigger though. Cool. All right. Well, let's see if a Z-cardboard template still work. Yeah, it looks usable. Can I do it on both sides? I think I can just use the one template. No, not so much. Yeah. All right, let's cut a set of these. Well, we're close in the shape, but that Beverly shear is good, and you could do the cuts, but you kind of, things will get a little screwy on them when you do that. I don't know. Good old tin snips for the win most of the time. A good pair. Unlike the red ones that I can't find. Are those right or left? What's red? I don't know. I don't remember. I know the yellows are straight, and I hardly ever use those. This is my go-to. It's kind of rare that I'm doing the cuts the other way. At least I find that. So, unlike the other side, I'm going to get these tacked in pretty close, and then I'm going to take the fender off because, well, I'm going to bodywork it anyways, so quickly try to do the same as the other fender and then call it good. I guess you could use a grinder or a flap disc. I don't know why. I guess once I got a actual good sharp pair of snips, this wasn't so bad. Need to finesse these flat a little, the old flat dolly. These ones I didn't spend much time. The shape's not perfect, but because it's going to poke out everywhere. But once I tack it, I'll be able to take the fender off, run the flap disc on it. I just want to make sure it sits in here and my gap looks good. Then we can take it off and just weld everything up nice, unlike what I did on the other side. Just a little bit of hammer massaging. All right, well, we're gonna have to twist and prod this thing anyways, so. Somewhere in here, some weirdness is gonna happen. Well, I guess I'll start with the back and hopefully this will all work itself out. All right. Got some gloves. Gonna be a little, not gonna be, you guys all right? Make sure we get the stick on there. What are we going with? Tight as possible. Well, we're veering a little bit. Not bad. So far, so good. That one's really out to lunch there, but we'll fix that. Wow, that's like really out to lunch. I actually, nope, see, that's where I need the other scissors. All right, let's just do a little zip in here. Much better. Well, that's acceptable. I'll pull this in and we'll deal with, I'll cut it. I'll just cut the excess off. Instead of dealing with that later. Well, there we go. I think I'm gonna have to work that edge a bit more. I'll try to do this and see if it fixes. Just seems a little tighter there. We will, because it's going to get tighter once I weld that, so I'll flap that open more. Now that looks better. Let's see how this whole endeavor works out. right. There is a lot of weirdness with this one, and maybe I should have templated that one, but we'll attempt it. See what happens. Like, a lot different. Who can do it? Come on. Like, excessively different. Let's bring it right down and we'll try it right there. See what happens. Well, that's not terrible. This is like monstrous gaps here. Okay, well, we're gonna have to cut some of this off. There is way too much material on there. Wow, that's not so bad. It's a little tight here, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. It's good enough. This I'd like to shave down a little more, but well, I'm pretty happy the way that's all coming out. It's not bad. It's good enough. It is good enough. See, we got, yeah, this just went way nicer than the other side. All right, so the plan now is I want to just take this whole fender off and basically I can weld that. We'll grind it, clean it, and get it ready for Bondo. So now I'm going to go back to this side and then we're going to get started, actually finish. I've been sanding, well, I haven't been sanding. We put that last coat onto here. So I've let it sit. You kind of see me smear it heavy on some of the spots that we needed to have it. And well, basically I did that. And then I kind of lightly put some everywhere because I got to sand into here. So I usually add a little bit, just something to take off so I don't cut into the other stuff that's good, so to say. But anyways, we're gonna hit this one more time and see if I'm happy with it. Well, we got our fender off. We got this all welded, dressed. I could do a little better grinding, but hey, that took a long time, eh? You're just waiting to go inside. That's your thing, right? You're just troopering up for that. Man, that was a long day farting around there. Anyways, we got this side all dressed. It's all good to go. We got to strip all of this, and unfortunately, I didn't meet my goal. That's happening a lot lately. I am, this whole filming gets in the way of actually getting work done. But anyways, we got to look on the bright side. At least one fender is ready for primer. It's not perfect by any means, but it's good enough to shoot some primer on. So I guess for next round, pup, what do you think? We get this fender done and the bumpers and some primer. I want to prime this, but I'm worried about, I don't know if I'm going to do any welding on it yet. That's my only problem. I don't know how I'm putting my top on. My big picture for this thing is to have a tonneau cover that actually comes off like my hood. So I don't know if there's welding involved, so that's why I'm a little worried. And I still have to figure out this meshy thing for here. But, whatever. It's primer. We can always reapply it. Right, pup? It doesn't matter, eh? Look at you with your sputs in your eyes. I guess where I'm going with this is, I think that is where I am going to leave this one. This video, I know you folks would love a long video, but I have to edit and upload and do all those great things. So, as always, folks, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.